Hi, I'm Neeru Goyal and I make educational videos on the topics of accountancy and business studies. My website is lightmindhouse.com. You can download the notes for free. Today we will study about Fayol's principles of management. This is your chapter 2 of class 12th. You have already studied about the topic of management in chapter 1. Now start visualizing as if you are the CEO of a company. As the CEO, you will require to take certain decisions. What kind of problems you will be faced with? Like how to divide the work between employees, how to instruct your employees, how much salary to be given to whom, how to boost the morale of your employees. Then how will you resolve these issues? I know you will be able to resolve these issues, but in our commerce stream, ready-made solutions are already available like FAQs, frequently asked questions. These guidelines have been developed through the experience and observation of managers. Fayol has given us 14 principles of management. We will study all of these one by one. So let's start by studying the meaning of principles. Principles of management are defined as broad and general guidelines for managerial decision making and action. That means these guidelines help the managers in taking decisions. These principles are general and not specific. Now look at the introduction of Fayol, who has made these principles. Henry Fayol was a French management theorist. He has given us 14 principles of management. He is also known as the father of general management. You need to remember this piece of information for attempting MCQs. Now let's study the first principle. It's division of work. As the name itself suggests that it is related to how the work should be divided among employees. For example, suppose we have to decorate the board of a class. Then the teacher will divide the work among the students. The students who are good at art and craft will be given the work of making borders and paintings. Those who will have good handwriting, they will be given the work of writing headings. This way, the work will be divided according to the skills of the students. In a similar way, Fayol has given us the principle of division of work. According to Fayol, entire work should be divided into smaller tasks. Then each task should be assigned to a specialist, that is, to the employee competent to do that work. It gives the benefits of specialization. It promotes efficiency, accuracy, and speed. This principle is applicable to all types and sizes of organizations, be it a school, a club, or a factory. For example, in a school, there are different departments for academics, sports, art and craft, music, etc. There are specialists in each department to guide the students efficiently and accurately. Now, some students ask this question as, are we required to learn this word by word? The answer is of course not, but you must write the keywords. For example, you must write entire work should be divided into smaller tasks, assigned to a specialist, benefits of specialization, promotes efficiency, accuracy and speed, applicable to all types, sizes of organizations and an appropriate example. So this way you can draft the answer in your own words by incorporating these keywords. Now moving forward to the second interesting principle, that is the principle of authority and responsibility. Authority is the right to give orders and obtain obedience. I am the principal of the school, so this is my order. This is authority. After authority comes responsibility. Responsibility is the obligation of a subordinate to perform the assigned task. Because the boss has given me the order, so it's my duty, it's my responsibility to complete the task on time. According to Fayol, there should always be a balance or parity between the authority and the responsibility. If the authority given to an employee is more than the responsibility, then he may misuse it. If the authority given is less than the responsibility, then he will not be able to complete the task. For example, if an employee has been assigned the duty of decoration in an event, but he has no authority to decide about designs or contact any vendor, then he will not be able to complete the task. It emphasized that there should be a balance between authority and responsibility. Now coming to the keywords of this principle, these are authority, that is the right to give orders, responsibility, obligation to perform the assigned task, and then you must write that there should always be a balance between authority and responsibility. If authority given is more than the responsibility entrusted, then it may be misused, and if authority is less, then it will lead to non-completion of the work. After that, you will give an appropriate example of your choice. Now coming to the third principle, that is the principle of discipline. This is the term often used by teachers for their students. Of course, everybody knows the meaning of the term discipline. Let's understand its relevance in management. Discipline means obedience to organizations' rules and regulations. According to Fayol, discipline requires good superiors at all levels, clear and fair agreements, and judicious application of penalties. That is, following the rules of the organization. For maintaining discipline, rules and regulations should be clearly stated to the employees. Behavior of employees should be monitored regularly. There should be judicious application of penalties in case rules and regulations are not followed. For the systematic working of the organization, both the managers and the workers must follow discipline. For example, at McDonald's, the employees are required to wash their hands every 30 minutes. Now coming to the keywords. Discipline, following rules and regulations of the organization. Discipline requires good superiors at all levels, clear and fair agreements and judicious application of penalties, and rules and regulations should be clearly stated. Behavior of the employee should be monitored regularly and there should be application of penalties in case of default. And both the managers and workers must follow discipline, and then you can give an example of your choice. Now coming to the fourth principle, that is the principle of unity of command. Unity of command. Now visualize the situation. Your wife is saying you to wear a blue shirt, and your mother is saying you to wear a red one. What will you do? You will be in a fix. Similarly, Fayol has given us a solution for this. According to Fayol, an employee should receive orders from one boss only. This principle resembles military organizations. Dual subordination should be avoided. It leads to confusion among the employees. The employee gets confused as whom to follow. It becomes difficult to fix responsibility for mistakes. Sometimes employees also take advantage out of it. For example, Rajat is a salesman working in an organization. The marketing manager instructs him to offer a discount of 15% to strike a deal so as to boost up the sales. On the other hand, the finance manager instructs him to offer a maximum discount of only 5% to increase the profits. Now he is in a fix as whom to obey. That's why there should be unity of command. Now coming to the keywords. Employee must receive orders from one boss only. It resembles military organizations. Dual subordination should be avoided, leads to confusion among the employees, becomes difficult to fix responsibility for mistakes, employees take advantage, and then you will give an appropriate example of your choice. Now here is a small quiz. Let's test what we have learned till now. Henry Fayol was a mining engineer, a psychologist, production engineer, or production manager. Yes, the correct answer is he was a mining engineer. The principles of management are considered useful for option A, decision making, option B, reducing costs, option C, fulfilling social responsibilities of the organization, and option D, all of the above. The principles of management help us in all of these. So the correct answer will be all of the above. Now coming to the third question, that is principles of management are formed through observation, through experience of managers, both of the above, or in laboratory. Yes, the correct answer is C, both of the above. Principles of management are formed through the observation and experience of managers. Now coming to the question 4, that is division of work is best explained by which of the following statement. Here please notice that it's written best explained. So you need to find out the best option. Option A is all the work should be divided into smaller tasks. B is division of manpower. C is resources should be divided, and D is all of the above. The correct answer is option A. All the work should be divided into smaller tasks. Now question number 5. Name the principle of management which resembles military organizations. Answer is unity of command. Now question number 6. Which principle requires judicious application of penalties by management? The correct answer is discipline. So well done, great. Thank you. So this is all for today. See you next time. If you have any queries, please write to me in the comment section.